You know, I don't think it's a far statement for me to say that we all knew. You guys know what typically I know, and I think we all knew that esports valuations were way too high. We had a video about this. I'm sure I'll have more in the future when we talked about them. Firstly, we talked about our top 13 organizations out there. Last year, 2018, had 12 orgs. This year, 2019, apparently according to Forbes. And yes, we all knew they were overvalued, but it had 13 teams above the ranks of $120 million, all the way to the likes of TSM and Cloud9 and Liquid, all approaching $400 million valuations. I think FaZe Clan was 240, G2's up there, Fnatic's up there, tons of new organizations who weren't there last year, like the likes 100 Thieves. All these crazy valuations have now come out, and I think, again, you guys know what I know. We all know esports orgs are way overinflated when it comes time for their worth and their value, and Echo Fox has now proven that. Over the course of the past few days, I was going to do a solo video on this, but thought, why not make it more topical? Echo Fox is done. We knew this, we called this, and yet again, it was not a hard prediction to make, especially over all the stories I've covered around them. Probably a dozen or so videos on this channel alone about the disruptions and all the fraud and poorly timed ventures inside that company. We knew the future of them was going to be slim to none and most likely going to be none. According to sources, guys, win.gg and now countless other sources, Echo Fox, according to a spokesperson for them, they are done. Their website is dead. Their jersey and their players, well, their jersey is now going to be, as they say, a collector's item. I highly doubt that, but we'll move on from that case, guys. All of their players and staff have also been let go, and Echo Fox, they are certainly done. Now, why this actually proved that esports valuations are pointless, they are useless, and as we all know, they are way too high. Why is that? Because back in 2018, yet again brought to us by Forbes, and I'm not sure they do the best job of this, but when it comes to knowing a general worth in this entire scene, I don't necessarily think they're too far off as to what some investors think these organizations actually are worth. I think owners are a bit more realistic, but they're not going to come forward and say, yeah, we're not worth that, because when it comes to drawing in more investors, it's always great to see bigger numbers. But Echo Fox, they were on that 2018 list, and you know what their valuation was, guys? A staggering $150 million valuation back in 2018 for Echo Fox. And now they're done following the sale of just one asset. To the best of my knowledge, and I'll update you guys as well if this is, of course, incorrect, they have sold off one asset, that being their only and primary asset. They are well known in the FGC, the fighting game scene, but we know those players are not worth much in terms of actual value to the organization. Obviously, they could be more so in the future. I'm not trying to come off here and be rude when it comes to actually bringing worth and value in terms of a player persona, or at least actually earning prize pools. FGC is not known for their prize pools and that return. I'm not trying to diss on these guys. They have some of the best fighting game players, or did, in their organization, but their one valuable asset was the LCS spot, which they sold to Evil Geniuses for a reported $30.25 million. Now within, I think, about a month or so, or a couple months of that sale, you know what happens, guys? Echo Fox, they are certainly done, and it has to make you wonder and pretty much confirm in your head, yes, they sold one asset for $30.25 million, not even covering one round of funding they raised as well in the initial startup of Echo Fox of almost $40 million. They sold that asset for $30.25 million. They were valued at a supposed $150 million. They sell that asset and they're done. Just like that. I don't know what else they're selling, what else they get out of this. If they can cash out any of those staff or players, I would seem very unlikely for much more than a couple $100,000, if at the best. I don't know other values they could cash out of this, but when it comes time for this, it is very, very obvious. When it comes time for valuations of what these orgs are worth, Echo Fox has deemed it very true that yes, you could be worth $150 million one year, but you could be worth just around $30 million the next, and maybe that's more of an accurate prediction of what these orgs are worth. A second example of this is kind of like OpTic Gaming. I don't think they're necessarily known for being worth a ton, but when it comes time for branding power, I think we all put them above that of Echo Fox, and I think all said in all, it was around $50 million that OpTic Gaming was sold for. That included some very, very good spots and rosters as well. I'm not sure the breakdown of how that Houston Outlaws roster, they have yet to be sold, but of course their LCS spot was also included in that around $50 million buyout mark, and so it goes to show you these over evaluations are certainly out there. Echo Fox, OpTic, other orgs are certainly proving that, and what comes of this? I don't know. Is Forbes going to crack down a bit, be a bit more accurate in the coming years? Maybe we can hope so. When the esports bubble does come around, though, and it's going to come around eventually, I think a lot of people out there are speculating this. It could be next year. It could be the next 2 to 3 years. When that does come around and eventually pop, what's going to happen to valuations? I'm really scared to find out. But we have now seen it time and time again what a org is valued at. OpTic Gaming. much, much less when Immortals Gaming bought out Infinite and the OpTic Gaming brand. Even with those expensive spots, that buyout price, which was much, much less than what they were supposedly worth to a consumer, or at least what they were praised to be publicly worth. On top of that, Echo Fox even doubles down on that, worth apparently $150 million in 2018, and they have pretty much been sold off and done for just $30 million, even worse than OpTic. And so it does worry me, but yes, Echo Fox is now done. That's how I wanted to break the story to all of you guys. We still have 0 comments from Rick Fox, I do believe, as of right now, from his Twitter about this. Their website's down. Apparently, now all of their former jerseys will be collector's items, and all of their staff and players have been let go. Just like that, you sell one asset, and you are supposedly valued at super high. You sell one thing, and now you're done and gone out of esports. It's a harsh, harsh scene with some harsh valuations out there as well. We'll see if they come down in the next few years to a more realistic amount, or if they stay in the pattern they're going, and it just gets crazier and crazier. Until next time, I hope you guys all enjoy, though, breaking down esports and gaming news here every single day. Until next time, take care, drink some coffee. I'll see you all back here sometime soon. Bye!